Welcome to another edition of Tennis Picks and Bets. I'm your host, John, at JR Tweets Tennis on Twitter. The women's semifinals go from Roland-Garros on Thursday, and we have your best selections for those two matches coming right up. But first, make sure to like this video and subscribe to the Mayo Media Network and comment down below with your favorite play from the two women's semifinal matches. And then head over to Daily Fantasy Sports Picks and Bets, The Mix, and rate, review, and subscribe at whichever podcast app you happen to use. First, we'll start with Tamara Zidansek against Anastasia Pavlyuchenkova, and we're taking the Zidansek money line at plus 143. Anastasia Pavlyuchenkova has had a few really good matches lately, but the last one in particular is one where I'll look to kind of break down why we're going to oppose her. She needed to win 9-7 in the third set, a prolonged third set that only Roland-Garros really has anymore, with the no tiebreak and win by 2 no matter what in the final set. And considering the numbers, she really probably should have won more convincingly. She had a way better winner to unforced error ratio than her opponent. It was well into the double digits, something that is going to be tough to replicate against a grinder like Zidansek. She also put in nearly 70% of her first serves. Again, that's really tough to replicate in tennis, especially when you have such a big serve and you go for it fairly often with that weapon. Secondly, I want to talk about Tamara Zidansek here. She does match up well against Pavlyuchenkova because she's a natural clay courter, even more so than Rybakina, who is more of a hard courter, but what I felt was more comfortable on the clay than Pavlyuchenkova. Here we have a natural clay courter, so we know that the comfort level is going to be there from Tamara Zidansek. She also is a much better defender than the last three players that Pavlyuchenkova has played. Aryna Sabalenka, Victoria Azarenka, and of course, Elena Rybakina. Those are all big serving, big hitting players who will commit plenty of errors because they do play a boom or bust kind of game. Zidansek, not so much. She's comfortable in longer rallies, and she's comfortable defending. But what really sets her apart is the ability to rip with that forehand. Through the first set, her forehand was averaging 80 miles per hour on her winners. That's nearly 130 kilometers an hour for reference for those that use kilometers an hour. That's an incredibly pacey forehand to be hitting and creating winners with. And if you can create your own winners and draw more unforced errors out of a power player like Pavlyuchenkova, I think you've got a nice recipe here for victory. I think this is a relatively close matchup, and so we're going to take the value at plus 143 on the money line with Zidansek. The other match features Maria Sakkari and Barbara Krejcikova, both these players having great weeks and both of them serving really well. And that's kind of the angle I want to take when I look at two prop bets on this match. I'm not so keen to take a side or pick anything on a total here. So we're going to look into the prop market for the semifinal matchup. The first is over 9.5 games in the first set. Again, this comes back to both of their serving performances this week. They're both 82% holding serve. And the fact is, neither of them has really played an easy opponent in the last couple matches. I mean, sometimes you see an easier path to the semifinals, so you'd expect them to hold serve. But I mean, one has played Elise Mertens, Sofia Kenin, and Iga Swiatek. The other, Coco Gauff, Sloane Stephens, who's had a resurging year, and of course, Elina Svitolina. All of those players have either had great clay court seasons, have had a resurgence in their play like Stephens, or they've been really, really strong for years on the surface and as returners, like Mertens, like Svitolina, like Kenin. I mean, this is not the easiest path in the world for these women, and they're still holding really well. So I think that they're both going to serve well into their semifinal, and we're going to take the over 9.5 games in the first set at minus 110. The second prop I want to play is 2-2 scoreline after 4 games in the first set. That one is at plus 140. And frankly, that is a big number considering all of the numbers, all the stats I just mentioned. I think if you're going to play a close first set, stands to reason that you're going to have a close match or close set throughout. You're not banking on, someone leading 5-1 and then the other player going on a run to take it over 9.5. If you believe that the serves will continue to play and you believe that we're going over 9.5 games, this is some incredible value at plus 140 to have it tied, the score tied after 4 games at 2 games apiece. So to recap this match, over 9.5 games first set, minus 110, and a 2-2 scoreline after 4 games in the match at plus 140. Those are both with Bet365. That is a prop market I'm not sure many other places will have, but these are 2 particular looks I wanted to get into since I don't like too much on either side, money line spread or any of the totals. So good luck tomorrow, guys. Enjoy the semifinals. And of course, we'll be back again on Thursday to preview the men's semifinals going on Friday.